This is the flipped class video for lecture. This video will introduce a new data type called dictionary. Generally speaking, there are two types of variables: simple variables and composite variables. Simple variable carries one value, so one variable, one value. Some examples include integer, float point number, string, and Boolean. Composite variable, one variable can carry multiple values. We talked about some of the composite variable before, like list and tuple. Okay, and today we're going to talk about one more composite variable, diction. This is a simple comparison between the three composite variable. We talked about list and tuple before. List is a ordered sequence and it is a mutable variable. So ordered means the sequence has a meaning in it, and mutable means that you can change its value after the creation of the variable. Tuple is also an ordered variable. That means the sequence of the item of the composite variable is important. But tuple is not mutable. That means after you create a tuple, you cannot change the value of the item inside of the tuple. So today we'll talk. So there are some additional information I want to mention regarding the new type dictionary. Dictionary is a type that allows very fast database-like operations. Okay, so you can perform search, you can perform sorting and things of that kind. If you want to perform those kind of database-like operation on a variable, dictionary would be a better choice than the other composite variable. Another thing I want to mention is we have similar. Here we have an example of a simple list. So we create a list variable named price list, and this price list variable has 5 items. Each one of the items is initialized with an integer value. Okay, and then you can perform operation with this list using the and we can perform similar operation using a variable dictionary. So in the lower hand, we have a dictionary variable named price list. Okay, so we create an empty dictionary first, and then we initialize the value of each item in the dictionary, but we are not using the index to refer to the item number. Okay, so we have 5 items in the price list, in the dictionary price list, but each one of the items is referred with a label instead of a number in the list. So in short, dictionary is just like list, except that it uses keys instead of numbers to look up the value. So we do not say item number 1, item number 0, item number 1 of the list. In dictionary, we use a label to refer to which item it is on the dictionary. In the previous example, you created an empty dictionary first, and then you add each additional item on the empty dictionary one by one. So it is kind of a tedious process if you do it that way. You can actually initialize and declare a dictionary in one shot, and there are 3 different methods to do that. This is the first method. You initialize and create. Just a very brief summary of how you initialize the three composite variables that we learned so far. For list, you initialize the value with a square bracket. For tuple, you initialize the series of items with the parentheses. For dictionary, you do it with the curly brackets. And in dictionary, since this is an unordered list, right, you need to include the label as well. And the name of the label is included first, followed by a colon, and then the value of the item, as illustrated in this slide. This is the second method of initializing a dictionary. You can initialize a dictionary using the dictionary function, so the DICT function. Inside of the DICT function, you need to include one list in order to initialize the value of each item in the dictionary. You can also initialize a dictionary using the third method. In the third method, you are also using the dictionary function, but you are feeding in the parameter differently. And you're using a label, an equal sign, and then the value of the item. So in summary, dictionary is just like a list, but it has no item number. In dictionary, you don't use item number to refer to each item. You use the label to refer to each item in the dictionary. Since there is no number in the dictionary, you cannot sort the dictionary. So there's no sequence. So the sequence of the item does not matter. It doesn't matter whether you put an item in the first item or it's the second item. So the sequence has no meaning in the dictionary. Here's the list of all the basic operations you can perform on the dictionary. For a given dictionary X, you can add an item or change the contents of an item to X. So you can refer to an item by its label and then change its value. If the label exists, then you change the value of the item. If the label doesn't exist, then it adds the additional item in the dictionary. You can also remove an item by using the del operation, so you just delete the contents along with the label. You can also get the length of the dictionary. So this is just a very simple introduction to the dictionary type. In the lecture, we'll talk about how you can actually apply this type into writing a functional program.